Today, I want to talk about SCAG's OCDC chute block. The OCDC stands for Operator Controlled Discharge Chute. Unfortunately, I am seeing a lot of bad reviews online about this because you're not able to remove the rubber flap from the discharge chute. You have to have it on there to make this discharge work. So kind of the way this works is this grass flap here, it utilizes the weight of it to help keep the metal chute open when you want your chute open. So without the rubber flap on here, it doesn't allow the metal chute to stay open. It will actually, the weight of the metal chute will have it go ahead and fall closed and it won't stay open. I do understand that SCAG puts that on there for safety and that is what keeps rocks and things from flying up in the air. But there are a lot of guys that don't like them on there and don't like to use them. I know for me, I don't like it on there because it will get in the way sometimes when you're loading and unloading off of the trailer. I don't want SCAG to feel in any way that I'm trying to bash their product. I'm not trying to do that. I love my SCAGs, I love my SCAG products, but the chute block, I'm just not enjoying that flap stays on there. I would like to be able to choose whether I want to keep it on there or not. I know a lot of the other chute blocks that are out there, they have you take that off to put the chute block on. So today I want to try to modify the chute block. I want to try to make it to where I can take that flap off of there and I can still use it and open and close it without any issues. I'm going to start by taking off this bolt to release the grass flap from this mechanism. Now I'll take off this bolt, and that will release this flap from the mower. There is going to be some tension on this flap because of the spring that is in here. As you can see, now that I've got the grass flap off of there, the chute block does not stay open. I'm going to utilize this bolt to hold the bottom side of my bungee cord, but I'm also going to put on a washer in front of the nut. The other end of the bungee cord, I'm just going to hook it right around that hole, and then I will shorten up the bungee cord a little bit to put a little more tension on this flap. Now this should hold the flap open and then still be able to stretch out and close off. So now I'm going to set the flap to the closed position, and this is where I'll decide the length that I want my bungee cord to be. I want it pretty tight at this position because this is going to be the maximum stretch of it, but not overly tight. What I'm going to do to hold it at this length is I'm just going to fold the bungee over and place a small zip tie around it. To be honest with you, I really don't know if these bungee cords are going to hold up. You go through a lot of bouncing and things like that while you're out mowing yards. I'm afraid that those bungee cords aren't going to really hold it up very well. The way SCAG designs this is whenever you get the new OCDC, they put on a new flap. And if you can see, this flap has this piece of metal here, and this flap is really heavy. And that's what counters the weight of the chute block and holds it open, and that's why they have to leave this thing on. I've heard a lot of people talking about that you can cut this flap along that metal piece, just leaving this metal piece and not the flap, and that'll keep the weight on the chute block to hold it open. I am going to try this method for a little while, see how it works, see if it does work. I will let you know in future videos. Personally, right now, I don't feel like it's very promising. I thought those bungee cords were gonna, hold that weight. I underestimated how heavy that little chute block is and how much weight that flap has on it to hold that chute up. I will be interested to see if anyone else does the cut-off method. I just hate to cut that thing. It's just me personally. I would hate to cut it, find out it doesn't work. So if you guys have any other ideas on other ways I can keep this chute open, other than cutting that piece off, you know, let me know in the comments. If I think it's something that I can try, I will try it and maybe do another video on it. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that little circle right there and that'll subscribe you to the channel. You can also check out some of these other videos over here that I've done in the past. Also, I have other social medias like Instagram and Facebook, and there's links in the description to get you to those.